The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers nor Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to another episode of In Conversation with Alethia. I am your host, Alethia O'Hara-Stephenson. In this show, we'll have conversations with amazing community individuals who are doing incredible things in our community. The show will educate, it will empower, and it will inspire you. Today, I have in the studio with me Greg Verner, who is the president of Orangeville Hawks. He's also a lifelong volunteer, coach, teacher, just to name a few things. He is also the former president of the Ontario Basketball Association. So, Greg, it is an honor to have you on the episode today. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for asking me out. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm going to go right into our conversation, and I'm going to start with, how are you doing? And I ask you this because I know you to be a very active person. My husband has told me amazing things about you, that you're always active, you're golfing, basketball, you name it. But the past 20 months, you've had to literally shut down. Mm-hmm. How are you coping?
Well, we're doing fine. My wife and I went and got ourselves a dog, another Great Dane. That's our fourth Great Dane, and that keeps us active and keeps us going. We still have our grandchildren in Shelburne, who we go and visit every so often. I've got to be there on Thursday and Friday morning, get them ready for school.
Nice.
So we've been able to stay fairly active, practice all the rules of this particular situation that we've all found ourselves in, and luckily we've stayed healthy. So things are good.
That's
and the
awesome.
golf game's getting better.
Oh, that's good. Good one, good one. How old are the grandkids?
Our granddaughter is 8 and our grandson is 11.
Okay, that's a perfect age. They're able to come out and they can play some sports with you whenever things are open up again.
Yes, yeah, they're quite an active pair. They're a lot of fun.
Nice.
Nice to have.
Nice.
Nice to send home.
Yes, that's the benefit of being a grandparent, right?
Yeah, someone once said the best lights are the tail lights of the car going out the driveway.
I love it. That's what being a grandparent is all about, and one day, not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And you purchased a dog, a Great Dane. Those are big dogs.
They are huge dogs. Yes, she's 2 years old, just turned 2.
Nice.
And she was a handful, and she is a bigger handful now. But this is our 4th one. We're quite used to the breed.
Oh, okay.
It's a lovely breed, and we're quite happy to have a Kenzie in our family.
Oh, that's her name, Kenzie.
Yeah.
A lovely name.
Yeah. It's
nice.
Kenzie of Kensington.
Okay. That sounds a bit of an air of royalty to it.
Yeah, that's what she thinks too.
And I'm sure you treat her just the same. Spoil her rotten.
She does get spoiled. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what dogs are for. They're good for your soul.
Good. Soulmates, love it. So let me talk about a little bit more about Greg. So you've been a lifelong volunteer in Orangeville. What have you been up to?
Well, I guess my first volunteerism in Orangeville was a soccer coach. When some of the kids I was teaching at the time, their coach was unable to continue with the season, so, Mr. Verner, why don't you do it? Oh, sure, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. And in I jumped, and that started it. And someone invited me to join the Optimist Club of Orangeville, which is a youth-oriented service club of men and women. And I did that, and that was 48 years ago.
Wow.
I helped out with the Terry Fox run, the initial Terry Fox run in town. And when the people who were organizing it had to leave it, I volunteered to take it over with the help of our Optimist Club. And we did that for 25 years together, organizing it, and we've passed that on to very capable individuals who have continued that legacy of Terry Fox Run in Orangeville. I've served on a few of the town's committees, I've served as the recreation, chairman of the recreation committee for 2 years. Did some work with Snowberfest, which was a winter carnival that all the service clubs put together in order to raise funds to build Tony Rose Arena.
Ah.
And I served as the chair of that for its final 2 years. And then, of course, Orangeville Hawks basketball came into being with a group of boys who wanted to continue their basketball throughout after their high school season. And it just continued to grow and snowball, and we are where we are now. So.
Wow.
And after that, there's probably several other little things along the way that I've done that I've totally forgotten. But.
Yes, I'll come back to a few. I have your resume. So you touched on soccer. Were you a soccer player before, or was it just the passion?
Only in elementary school. That's just played it, and that was it. Never after elementary school.
Nice. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And when you decided to bring Orangeville Hawks on board, you mentioned that it was a bunch of high school students who wanted to do something after the season was over. But was there a high demand, or because at the time there was baseball, there was soccer, and I'm pretty sure hockey. Yeah. Was there a high demand initially, or was it a gradual?
There was a high demand from 12 boys.
Well, yes.
And that was it. And we started it. I thought, okay, this is great. And my son was part of that group, and it was basically his high school team.
Okay.
So we started this thing, and it sort of got going. And before we could end it, there was another group of boys who wanted to play. Then there was a group of girls, and then there was a house league. And we've been able to keep about 500 kids busy for the last 25 years. Wow. Playing basketball either on Saturday mornings in our house league, or as you well know, playing in the OBA around the province. So.
That's an incredible journey.
It's fun. It's fun.
And you have both male and female players for basketball?
Yes, both male and female players. We would like some more female coaches if we could get people to volunteer. And that's a real problem with most of the teams of Ontario basketball, is getting female coaches to come out and help out.
Right.
So we've been lucky, and I think we've had 5 or 6 in our time to have females, and some of our players have come back and helped us out. So it's really good. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Have any of your players transitioned to further basketball careers?
Well, we've had, I think we've had 2 of our girls go on to play at university or college level. Wow. I always say the best story is we had Andrew Wiggins at 5 years old.
Oh,
so I guess we started Andrew Wiggins on his way to where he is now.
Nice. You're allowed to take credit for that one.
No, to give his parents credit for that one.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. And you mentioned some of the girls have gone on to play university, college basketball as well.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So that's rewarding when you think you can give them something else to do. And,
yes.
It's been fun.
It sounds like, coaching is in your blood, and I guess, I can't say former teacher, because once you're a teacher, you're always a teacher.
Whether you're coaching a team or teaching, yes.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
That's amazing.
I taught for 38 years, and that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun teaching. Yeah.
Any inspired moments from your teaching career?
Oh, there's several. There's the kid you turn around, things weren't going so good, now they're going better.
Nice.
The rewards you get are later on in life, usually from that, because you get to see where they go and what they do and what they accomplish. And you have, you don't like to brag about it, but you think, I've had a small part in that. And you build friendships. I recently had an email from someone, are you Greg Verner, who used to teach at such and such a school? And I didn't know where this was coming from, so I emailed her, but yes, and who are you? And it was one of my former students who I had in grade 8 when I taught in Simcoe County, and she had become a teacher, and she's now a grandmother, and we had a great time talking, and we're going to get together when this COVID nonsense is behind us, where we plan to get together and patch up or figure out what's gone on in the last 20 or 30 or 40 years.
Goodness.
Yeah, so that was rewarding. That one was really rewarding.
That is definitely, it sounds like an incredible journey to be able to look back at your teaching career and see someone who you were able to inspire, right?
Yes, it is. And I think any teacher will take credit for anybody's success. I had a share in that one. I didn't do it all.
Teachers play a critical role in the development of our young minds, right? Even more so, I dare to say, more so than parents, because teachers are spending so much time with children.
They were with them 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty special. I look forward to hear the conversation of how things went with that former student.
With Debbie, I can't wait to see her. It'd be fun.
Nice, love it. And I know that you're also a part of the Old Timers Hockey Club.
Well, yeah, well, I'm no longer part of the
you were, okay.
I'm too old to be an old timer. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but no, I started in the Old Timers Hockey Club at 35 years of age, and after a few years, a friend of mine and I were asked if we would take over the running of the league, so we did that for 22 years. And this is all going together at the same time as some of these other things were going on. So very busy life.
But yet you're a dad and you're a teacher and a husband.
Grandparent. It's a very busy life. No dull moments. So
wow.
It's fun. And it's a contribution. You guys like it. You've organized it all. It keeps 35 or 52, I guess, 35-year-olds off the streets one night a week.
That sounds good.
So I guess it's helpful. It just makes the community a little bit better.
Yes.
And that's the philosophy. If you're going to complain about something, you better be part of the solution, not the problem. So
I love it.
So it's always nice to make things better for people. So that's what you hope to do.
That's good. You touched on hockey again. Who's your favorite hockey player? Do you have
right
one?
now?
Or of all time?
I go back a while. Not quite to Turk Broda, but I like Johnny Bauer. I know Johnny Bauer, so I like him. Bob Pulford. They all lived in Weston, where I was raised, and so I have an affinity for them. Currently, I should say Nick Ritchie because he's from Orangeville.
Oh, okay.
He'll have a really good time with the Maple Leafs, I think.
Nice.
Sidney Crosby amazes me. Austin Matthews is an incredible young athlete.
Sounds like you've got a full roster there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, old guys and young guys. Yeah.
Wow. I know when I was growing up, I grew up hearing about Guy Lafleur, and then of course had a chance to watch, the players like Ty Domi and Mario Lemieux, and that was pretty much the extent of my hockey experience. So it's quite interesting hearing some of these names. Bauer, of course, I've heard of as well.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do any of your kids play hockey?
No.
No? Okay, no, just basketball.
Yeah, just my son plays basketball and baseball.
Okay.
And strangely enough, my sporting background's football. So basketball was not something I played.
Okay.
I happened to go to a high school. It was a football hockey high school, and our basketball record is dismal, so I just don't talk about it.
Okay, well, you know what? We are going to talk about football when we come back after the break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with Greg Verner from Orangeville Hawks, and we're going to talk about his football career when we return.
Hi, I'm Patty.
Hi, I'm Carolyn. We're the co-hosts of That's My Story on Rogers TV Georgina.
Welcome to the team, Carolyn.
Thanks, Patty. Join us this fall as we interview some amazing members of the town of Georgina and share their stories.
Everyone has a story to tell, and we can't wait to hear them.
So if you have a great story or if you know someone else with a great story, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on social media.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back to In Conversation with Alethia. In the studio, I have Greg Verner, president of the Orangeville Hawks basketball. Greg, so we left the last segment talking about football. Now, I have to ask, is it soccer or real football?
No, it's Canadian football.
Okay.
It's an oval ball, not the round one.
Okay, gotcha, because yes, we won't get into that.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so football is your passion. You grew up playing football, and do any of your kids play football at all, or
No.
just basketball?
Just basketball.
Wow, and grandkids too.
And grandkids too.
Nice.
Basketball and baseball and soccer. They play soccer. Footy.
Okay.
They play footy.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
It is. It's fun to watch them learn the sport and learn how to play it. And
Okay.
we're in good. Yeah, I played football from 10 years old. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
To about 22 or 3. Can't remember.
Okay, that's a pretty long time.
That happens sometimes when you play too much football.
So from football to soccer to basketball. And so let's talk about For the Love of Basketball now. Right, so you've had some amazing teams, Orangeville Hawks, play basketball. What is your vision for the next couple of years, given the fact that, yes, we're in a pandemic time, but what is your vision? What is your hope for Orangeville Hawks?
We'd like to continue with what we're doing. We run a house league program. We are totally volunteer based. Our coaches volunteer their time. We try to keep the costs low so we can include as many kids as possible. Each coach has to keep a budget. Our goal would be to continue to expand. We started off with one team. Last time we played in the provincials, which is 2 years ago now, we had 14 teams playing in the provincials tournaments.
Good job.
So that's and we started off with 38 players in our house league. And our house league last time was 226 kids. So we continue to grow the sport. It's one of the growing sports in Ontario. Soccer is far outweighs it, and cricket, surprisingly, is the growing sport in Ontario.
We have a cricket club in Shelburne.
Yes, I know that.
Yes.
All you need is a cricket pitch.
Yes, it'll come.
Okay, but so the Hawks is sort of growing by itself with the help of some magnificent coaches. Your husband being one of them, Greg Firth another one, Pat Hamilton and Wayne Feeney and Tim Murray in the early years were really great and helped us out tremendously, helped us grow the sport, and competent coaching. And Greg Greg Firth I mentioned.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'll give Alton Stevenson a shout out.
Alton Stevenson.
Yes. He is the anchor behind my household, and since you mentioned him, yes, I'll give him some props.
I'm sure he drives you nuts with his basketball, but that's okay.
Non-stop. And as you know, I have a 14-year-old son, and he lives and breathes basketball. I've never seen a child more committed. You don't need to ask him twice to go and work out. You don't need to ask him twice to go and practice, right? He's doing it.
He's quite into it. So it's an activity that was foreign, I think pretty well foreign, unless you played it at high school or elementary school. And what I'm proud of is the fact that it's still a volunteer organization. Several clubs around the province have gone to where they're paying coaches and they're charging exorbitant money and walking away with a bit of a profit. And that's not what community basketballs or community sports should be. It's
exactly.
Don't begrudge them doing that, but it's not what I would do.
Right. And then again, it speaks to your lifelong journey, right, of being a volunteer and giving back to your community, right? I think your motto is your community has given you so much, so
you give back.
Give back, exactly.
And I think it also comes from the fact that I wasn't going to be able to play sports when I lived in Toronto as a child, unless other people volunteered their time. And you know, Ken Lockett, Harvey Duxbury, Bill Jemmett, all those people who coached hockey and took their time, Saturday morning time, so that you could go and play hockey, house league hockey, and then go to rep hockey. Baseball, you know, Roger Nielsen, who used to coach the Maple Leafs, I had the pleasure of having him for my baseball coach for 3 years, and he was, when he was a student at university, and he basically volunteered his time to do that. So you know, I had those opportunities because people volunteered their time. So you give back. You give
That's
back.
incredible.
So.
And it's an incredible gift that you're giving back to our young people, right, and developing them for the future.
Yeah, you hope it rubs off. You do hope that, and I always mention it too, don't forget, when you go out into your communities as young adults, participate, make a difference, help out, because you're only as strong as everybody gets to be.
Yes.
You know, it takes a community to get it going. And we're lucky in Orangeville. We've got great volunteers in all of our sports levels, and I just happen to be one of them.
That's amazing. And you know what, then kudos to all of the volunteers that have been supporting community sports and community basketballs, all the community organizations. So kudos to everyone on the great work that they've been doing, right?
Yes. And kudos to the businesses in town that support them,
Yes.
particularly in these hard times. So
Yes,
you know, and
definitely.
sure they're not making the profits that they used to do. So
Yeah.
good for them. It's
Nice.
Can't forget about where you came from.
So important, so important. And that's how you stay humble, right? And that's how you continue to thrive together.
That's it. Yes.
Love it, love it.
That's the way it goes.
Nice. Now, you talked about Optimist. What exactly is Optimist?
Optimist is a service club of
Okay.
men and women who, the motto of the Optimist Club is Friend of Youth. So if there's a youth activity out there, we would like to help out, and we get many requests. Cross-country skiing is the Jackrabbit Ski Club. We helped form that and start that. I can remember going out there and teaching kids how to cross-country ski 1 week after I learned how to cross-country ski. And so we do that. One of our biggest projects, of course, is Christmas in the Park, and every Tuesday a group of men and women get together and start painting displays and fixing lights, and we're getting ready to load up the park, and hopefully we'll be able to open the park this year. We haven't heard whether we're going to be able to, but it's certainly going to be loaded up with lots of lights and displays.
That's beautiful.
It's only 2 months away. So
Yeah. And again, even with that, it's all community-based, just everyone coming together and trying to build something for the community.
And again, great support from local companies who sponsor some of our displays. So we're in good shape. So we've done that. We've run fishing derbies in the past, oratorical contests. Participated in the Santa Claus parades. Pretty well sponsored a scout group, 3rd Orangeville Scout Group we sponsored. Helped out with an early daycare facility that was run by a group of women, and so we like to think we've made some positive impact on the town of Orangeville.
I think that you have.
Yeah.
Wow. So my question for you is, when do you sleep?
From about 10 to 12 at night. No, I'm one of those lucky people that can thrive on about 3 to 4 hours sleep.
Okay.
Not continually, but from day to day, if I get a good solid 4 hours, I can keep going.
Wow.
And I'm retired now, so I can sleep anytime I want.
True, but even in retirement, you sound like you're still pretty active, right? When most people are putting their feet up, you're volunteering.
Keeps you young.
I like it.
Keeps you young.
I like it. I like it.
One of my best times is on Saturday mornings with 4 to 5 year olds in a gym teaching them basketball.
Oh my gosh.
It's a riot. It's fun.
Wow, that's a fun age. I can only imagine the hoots that you would get up to with them. Don't do that.
It's like having 20 grandchildren all at once.
Oh my gosh! But you still get to send them away after.
Yes,
that.
and the next group comes in. Then you get the 6 and 7 year olds. Yeah. But that's fun. Yeah.
Nice. In terms of your volunteering experience, for anyone who wants to get involved with volunteering, what would you suggest to them to do? What would
Just go and ask. Just say, do you need some help? I've got some time. It only takes time. Time costs you nothing out of your pocket. You know,
Yes.
Everybody's got time. You can find an hour here, an hour there. Big brothers, big sisters.
Oh, yeah.
I was a big brother, and I've been with that program. It just takes it's time, and you know, think about how many times you just waste your time. So take that hour or an hour and a half and make something positive out of it. There's lots of time to rest.
That is true. That is true.
But that hour to hour and a half can impact somebody in a much more positive way than not using that hour and a half to do that. So.
I love that. That's pretty incredible. If you could collaborate with anyone, I won't give you a specific sport, but since your focus is on our young people, if you could collaborate with anyone to be able to build a program or to enhance a program, who would that be and why?
Oh,
I know that's a loaded question.
that's a loaded question. That's hard to think about. I really don't have an answer to that.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
It would be nice to be able to talk to Messiah Jury to see if the Raptors could come to Orangeville and spend some of their money and build us a proper outside facility to help out, because we're sadly lacking in quality outside courts. I see that Nav Bhatia just built, with the help of the Raptors, just built 3 in Malton.
Oh wow!
And outside courts that are multi-seasonal. That would be nice to have. So if I could talk to Masai and say, Masai, you got seasons ticket holders in Orangeville too. You know.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
I don't know what the parameters of all that are. But he amazes me. He's a dynamic individual that I'd like to have some time with.
And I would dare you to reach out. What do you have to lose, right?
Well, I have met him just briefly, but I haven't had the opportunity to sit down with him and talk to him. So
okay.
And I'm not in that position anymore with Ontario basketball.
Yeah, fair.
So.
But you still have Orangeville Hawks and all of the great students that you're coaching and mentoring daily. So that's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Not me. We.
Yes.
It's a we.
Yes.
I just happen to organize it.
That's fine. You need to have the brains somewhere, right? And it sounds like you're the brains behind this masterpiece, this incredible organization that you've got.
Well, I'm glad you think that. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming out and having a conversation.
It's my pleasure. It's nice to meet the other half of the Stevenson family and spend some quality time with them, and not just talk basketball.
Love it.
Sorry, Alton.
No worries. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of In Conversation with Alethia. Tune in next time for other amazing guests. See you soon.
You're watching Rogers TV, Dufferin-Caledon.